If you're listening to this in real time, then we are in the midst of a 31-day TikTok challenge in my Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/audience and authority. And we would love it if you'd come join us too. It is totally free. This is not because I am a TikTok master. I do not claim that, but I do say that the reason I have been so successful on social media is because I play, I experiment, I look at the analytics and see what works, and then I rinse and repeat. And I've done that for my clients. I've done that for myself. I want to help you do that too for yourself. So come join us on this 31-day TikTok challenge in the Facebook group. Every day I'm making at least one TikTok, probably several, and then I'm sharing what's working, what's not, what new features did I learn, what am I learning from the platform in real time, and I'm going to be sharing that in the group. I'm thinking about also putting a podcast version of that as well, so you can look and listen out for that. But I would love for you to come and join us so you can get that accountability, community, and support as you continue to grow your own social media community. Can't wait to see you there. Hello and welcome to the Social Media Magic Podcast, the perfect podcast for TPT sellers, teacherpreneurs, and teacher business owners who consider themselves to be introverts. Each episode shares all kinds of ideas, tips, tactics, and strategies to help you make more sales and grow your community on social media. Without further ado, let's get on to today's episode. Hello and welcome back. We are on day 7 of our TikTok challenge. I'm Brittany Verlenich, by the way. I'm the host of this group and of the Social Media Magic Podcast. Welcome, wherever you're watching and listening. If you have been following along, if you have been doing TikTok for 7 days straight, well done. All of the scientific data and research that I've read shows it takes about 3 weeks to build a new habit. So you are 1/3 of the way there to having and building that muscle of having a habit. And I tell you, I feel so good knowing I've posted on Instagram consistently for 7 days in a row. I've posted consistently on TikTok because I can fall off too sometimes. And being able to just practice that muscle of doing something over and over again just makes you so much more competent and confident about creating and about uploading your finished product. So if you've been sticking with it, great. If you haven't been sticking with it, I don't want you to feel shameful about that either. You can always pick it back up and decide to be consistent. All you have to do to be consistent is just do it consistently every day. And that just means figuring out a reward system for yourself, figuring out what it takes for you to be consistent, whether that's waking up early, staying up later, making an alarm on your phone, doing a Pomodoro session every day, whatever it takes you. But I promise you, spending that time on the front end to get to know the features, to get to know the platform is really important. And that's what we're talking about today. Very, very short video, but we're going to talk very quickly about trending audio. I inwardly want to roll my eyes a little bit at that because I think a lot of social media coaches, especially on Instagram, focus way too heavily on trending audio, and that's like basically their whole account. They show some kind of trending audio, they say what they anticipate is going to happen, they think it's blowing up, how many reels are already using it, and a lot of people seem to mistakenly think, if I just use a trending audio, then this reel or TikTok is going to blow up. And if this reel or TikTok blows up and goes viral, then I'm going to get all these followers. And if I get all these followers, then I'm automatically going to get on my email list built. And then if they get on my email list, they're going to buy. While that is a proper funnel, and while we have some correct thinking and thinking that, it's possible they could, but just because you have a viral sound doesn't mean you're going to go viral. And just because you go viral doesn't mean they're going to follow you. These are all different, possibly competing goals. And again, it comes back to what is your strategy? Why are you here? Are you on Instagram or TikTok because you want to be a content creator who works with brands, gets deals and partnerships? If so, great. And I'm not saying you can't have these things if you're not also a TPT seller, but if you're first and foremost there to sell your products or your services, or you're using this as a way to generate leads are people who opt into your email list or show interest via DM because they want to buy something, then your strategy is different. I actually just made a TikTok today about how I've gotten comments before saying like, why should I listen to you about social media advice? You only have like 500 or something followers on Instagram. And I'm like, okay, fair. I understand the average person when they're thinking about social media, they're thinking, I need to get more followers. That's what I'm paying a social media manager for. That's what I'm working with a strategist for. But that's not the case, because is getting more followers your goal, or is getting more sales your goal? Because I focus on leads and sales. So if you want more leads and sales, that is what I'm here for. If you want more followers, I can explain how to do that. I've helped people do that, but it's not really my core focus, and that's okay. One thing I've done, because I'm like, okay, I know that's going to be an objection from someone who might possibly hire me for my services, is I had a reel the other day where I had social proof using the green screen app filter, where I was showing, hey, I actually do work with people who have accounts in the tens of thousands, and I'm able to grow it. Talked about before how I I grew an Instagram account in the last 6 to 8 months. We started at about 5 to 6,000 and now we're at 24,000 as of today. So I know I have the skill to do it. I feel confident saying that to clients and prospective clients, but I can also understand if you're still learning about social media, then maybe you do think followers are important or followers are what you use for social proof. And that is something you want to keep in mind too. Even if followers aren't really important and even if they are kind of a vanity metric, we still are human and we do tend to like something more when other people like it first. It's just how we are. It's why we go read reviews on hotels we're going to stay at. So yes, if you get more followers, you'll kind of have more social proof in a way, but it's not necessarily going to lead to more sales. In fact, I'll tell you, my sister, one of them, I have many sisters, one of them is a proper Instagram influencer. She has almost 60,000 followers. Can you just imagine a stadium of 60,000 people? Now, not all those 60,000 people are actively interested in what she sells. In fact, the amount of make does not correlate to the amount of followers she has. But is it cool that she has that? Yes. Does it help her get brand partnerships? Of course. So it's helpful. But if your primary focus is selling your resources or selling your services, then having more followers is not the goal. I hope that's helpful to you. Go watch that TikTok if you want to see. For trending audio, I recommend anything from Taylor Swift. People just love Taylor Swift. Right now, I'm using that nice audio from the Bejeweled song. So you can go see that. And yeah, just find something that you can kind of see fit something in your niche. So like I was talking about how people will sometimes not believe me that I know my social media stuff because they think I don't have a lot of followers. And so I was saying nice as in like, nah, it's a real nice thing, kind of sarcasm thing. So you kind of have to look at the trends, and the trends are really set on TikTok. So maybe set a timer, spend 5, 10, no more than 15 minutes intentionally scrolling, paying attention to what captures your attention, what holds you on the video long enough to keep watching. And those are the things you want to try to emulate in your own content with your own niche. I hope that is helpful, or I should say I trust it's helpful because I know it'll help the right person. If you have any questions, you can come into the Facebook group and ask, facebook.com/groups/audience and authority, or you can reach out to me on Instagram as just my first name and last name, Brittany Verlenich. Over there, I will talk to you soon.